What's going on, everyone? So Wednesday, 6 p.m., Adolfo here, the Realtor. This is episode number 8 at this point of my podcast, Work in Progress. And today I'm going to talk about, for those of you who want to become realtors, I'm going to talk about what you have to do, okay? I know today I had a scheduled interview with Mike Cho. Unfortunately, it had to be rescheduled for next week, but that's okay. All right, so I did get some great questions from you guys. I'm going to start with how to get your real estate license, okay? Actually, I have Leo here with me for you guys live on Instagram. Not sure if you can see him, okay? But Leo just became a new realtor. It's been maybe, 4 months, right?
Yeah, about 3.
About 3 months.
Yeah.
So to get your real estate license, it's very simple, right? You have to first go pay for a course. During that course, that can be either in person or online. You have to pass the classes, and for each class, you get a certificate, okay? For a total of 3. Once you get those 3 certificates, you submit that together with your application to the DRE to become a realtor, okay? Now, because of this whole pandemic, it's taking a little longer, but just be patient, okay? So the next question that I have here is that once licensed, what's next? So most people don't know, okay? I was there myself. So once you get your license, and if you want to practice real estate, at least here in the state of California, you have to work under a broker, okay? So you have to go to either EXP or any other company, and you have to hang your license with them, unless you're looking to become a broker yourself. But that takes time and experience, okay? So the first thing you have to do, as I mentioned, you have to look for a broker and work under them, okay? So if you want more information of what broker you should be joining, I can probably make another video about that, okay? Like I said, us here at Team BC, we are with EXP Realty. You can go with whomever you want, okay? Now, this is very important. Should I work solo or should I join a team? Okay, so I'm gonna bring Leo on this one. Leo, I know you were solo agent for about 3 or 4 months, right?
Yeah.
And he recently joined Team BC here in LA. So what's your experience?
Honestly, it feels like day and night now that I joined the team. So I went solo, and I was like, I thought I could do everything and I could learn, but there was just things that I couldn't get out of my head, that I was just like not doing the right things. Mm-hmm. And working with the team actually has brought a lot of information very quickly to me that I thought it would take me forever, like a couple months to learn, that I'm learning now. And I'm getting more experience with the team. It's been faster to learn, essentially.
Exactly. So I had the same experience as Leo, actually. When I started real estate, which is going to be about 2 years now, I joined a team. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, so I switched to a different team, okay? In that second team, I closed my first deal ever, which, by the way, was like probably one of the hardest transactions I had up to this point. But a team can bring you the experience, right? You are able to learn things from other people that it may take you longer to learn by yourself, okay? So there's pros and cons, right, of being a team. That's a pro. A con would be probably more than likely the commission, and that's negotiable anywhere you go. But being a part of a team helps everyone learn more. Leo is learning from me. I'm learning from BC, and I'm sure BC is learning from someone else. Right, Leo?
One thing I could say too is don't be worried about the commission. If that's something that you're worried about, you're in it for the wrong reasons. I definitely see value in the knowledge that I'm getting from the team. Mm-hmm. So like one thing when I was looking for the team, some people's first question would be, what's your commission split, right? Mm-hmm. Mine, I honestly didn't care because I knew the value that the team would give me in my education and furthering my career in real estate.
Yeah, and so that's very important, guys. That's the same reason why I joined a team myself. So let's see. Question number 4: how do I get my first clients? Oh man, that's a great question. The way I got my first clients was by talking to my sphere of influence, friends, family. Um, Actually, my first client ever came from my dad. Okay. Um, so that's the best way to go about it. Now, even if you're not licensed right now, I would highly recommend reach out to the people that you know. Pull up your phone and reach out to everyone that you know. Tell them, hey, I'm working on getting my license in the next, 2, 3, 4 months. Are you looking to maybe buy or sell, or do you know anyone who I can help? Right? And that way they know that you will be a realtor very soon. Okay, I made a mistake of not doing that at the beginning, and I missed out, I think, of 3 deals from a friend of mine that they had sold their house and bought 2 different condos with maybe 2 months before I got licensed. So guys, you don't want to make that mistake. Reach out to everyone that you know, like ASAP.
I definitely agree with this one. I actually didn't reach out to the people I knew or like my friends and family until earlier this week. And I've come across like 2 or 3 people looking to buy in the near future. I mean, there's some people that obviously they wanted to know like the steps and the processes of it, but I wouldn't have had those leads or those people, those potential clients if I didn't reach out to the people I already knew. And so I would definitely reach out to let them know as soon as possible that this is the path that you're going, and that if they can support your business and you growing as a person.
Of course, and many people, I'm sure they're gonna ask, well, what if I'm younger? A lot of my friends are still in college. They don't have money. It doesn't matter. Reach out. I'm sure they may know someone in their family who maybe want to buy or sell. Potentially not right now, but once you tell them you are a real estate agent, they keep you in mind because they're your friends, right? So that was the 4th question. How do I get my first client? Okay, that's the first thing to do. After that, prospecting. Okay, so let's say you reach out to everyone, you get 1, 2 deals, then you start prospecting. That's where the fun begins, right, Leo? So what I do, or what we do here as a team, we call people every day. We door knock every week, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. We door knock. We go to different areas. So far, the response has been great. Okay, we have people talking to us all the time, so that's great. Now, the next question is, let's just say you're calling, right, or you're door knocking. What do I ask to a potential client? So that's where scripts come in place. You want to make sure that you have the right questions to ask, and trust me, you are going to mess up, but that's okay. Right, Leo?
Yes, definitely. You learn from your mistakes 100%.
So yeah, you're going to mess up, but guess what? You're going to keep learning. You're going to keep learning scripts. I'm not perfect myself, but once you know the scripts, you can definitely ask better questions. Once you memorize it, you can make it your own, meaning that if the script has certain words that you don't like or you don't use in your everyday language, once you memorize the script and the important questions, you can change it to whatever you want it to be, right? You can make it more casual, whatever you want. All right, so
I think
go ahead.
Another thing would be to stick to one script. Don't go in like there's a lot of scripts out there, and they all have different questions, but I would just stick to one, memorize that one. That way you have that one down, so that way you're not mixing them, because like sometimes they conflict, or sometimes it's better to stick with one, memorize it, get that down, and then once you get that one done, maybe in the future you can move on to another script, because like after that you're just confusing yourself if you're mixing them up.
That's a very valid point. I did that myself at the beginning. I tried to use different scripts, but I don't like this one. I don't like that one. But most of the scripts have the same type of questions, right? So it doesn't matter which script you use. You just have to stick to it, learn the questions, and after, let's say, a year of experience and you think it doesn't work, then you can make your own script. A lot of people make their own script at this point. Okay. So that's, thank you, Leo, for the input. The next question is, what are different ways to get clients? We just spoke about that. Prospecting, right? Leo just found out this week that he loves door knocking. Right?
Oh, dude, I was surprised, to be completely honest, because I was really stuck on cold calling, because I was like, oh, I can just keep calling people and I would hit my contacts number quickly just by continuously calling. But honestly, now that I've gone door knocking, I've seen it's such a different thing. It's so much better. You're not sitting at the desk or standing at the desk, just hearing the phone ring. You actually have actual conversations with people, and you're actually outside in the sun. Like, it's great. It's actually my new favorite prospecting method now.
So I know a lot of people are going to tell you, don't door knock, COVID this, or whatever the case is. You know, we do like at least 10 feet apart.
Yeah.
So for certain people that are not comfortable, we go do our own thing. We actually have a lot of people answering the doors. You know, whether we have good conversations or we don't, a lot of people open the doors, because if you think about it, during this whole pandemic, people are home, right? So they're craving attention, they're craving conversations, social interaction. Yeah. The restaurants are closed. A lot of them don't even see their family or friends. So when some people come to the door, a lot of them get excited, right?
Yeah.
And that's right, Myra, door knocking over everything. So anything else you want to say, Leo, about that?
Honestly, with door knocking or with anything new, just do it. I know it's going to be super uncomfortable for me. When Adolfo told me to go knock my first door, I was worried. But obviously, we're going to mess up. It's part of the process and it's part of learning. But once you get more comfortable with it, it becomes more natural and things just flow better. And I think everything just takes time. So if you feel like you're messing up, just go to the next one. Continue messing up until you feel comfortable with it, and that you're able to just go out there and do your own thing. Like, you're able to have a complete conversation smoothly, and you feel comfortable with the script and everything.
Yeah, that's right, Leo. So I told Leo this, okay? I still get not scared, but I still mess up a lot of times at the doors, right? Now, the truth is that you have to make it fun. So you can do, let's say, you can count how many people tell you no. You can count how many people tell you yes. Just whatever game you want to play, it's you, right? Just make sure you hit the doors. You walk fast. You don't want to walk slow, because the goal here is to hit as many doors as possible, just like with the phones. But the interaction with the people are different, because they can actually see your face, right? If you use hand gestures, they can see that. If you're dressed nicely, they can see that. So most people, and this is from experience, mine and Leo's, the most people that are grumpy or mad on the phone and they hang up on you, they're not going to do that at the door.
Oh, no.
The worst they do, what is it? I'm not interested. Thank you. And they close the door, right? That's all. So
people have, I don't know, they feel like they have more confidence on the phone to be able to say whatever they want. I think it's just because they can't see you, right?
Yeah.
So when you're in person, it's totally different. Nobody's going to be super mean to you. I mean, like, because of COVID, some people are worried about, like, it's very few. I think we had 1 out of like 60 people that were worried about COVID. But like we said, just step 10 feet back, or like at least 6 feet, obviously, and they're more comfortable with it. And that's something that I found, is the further we step back, the more comfortable they are to open the door. And you just got to be loud, not loud, but you got to be that they can hear you while you're speaking, right? So
you have to be, your volume has to be up, and you have to be clear when you talk.
Yeah,
because exactly. If you mumble, which I used to have a lot of issues with talking very low, they're not gonna hear you, and they're gonna perceive you as weak. Yeah, and they don't want to talk to weak people. Right?
Yep. That's when they close the door quickly. They're like, all right, thank you, have a good day, and like close the door.
Exactly, and we've all been there, guys. So let's say, that was question number 6. So different ways to get clients, right? So let me take it back. Door knocking, call calling, and these are random people, by the way, right? Number 3 is calling, texting, or emailing your sphere of influence, people on your phone list, your neighbors, whoever you know, okay? And I think that's all I got, right? All those 3, that's it?
Yeah, cold calling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, once you start building your database, you want to do follow-ups, okay? Because a lot of the listings or the buyers, the key is on the follow-up. It's going to be very, very few moments or very few instances in which you're going to get the client on the first call, like not getting signed. And now that you're not going to get that very often, but once people start talking to you, they start opening up, they know who you are, then the clients are going to come from there, whether they do business themselves or maybe they refer you people they know. Okay. Now, I wanted to make this video very quick because last time I did a video for about an hour, so hopefully I don't take that long this time. The last questions I have, someone sent me over Instagram today was, how many hours of calls should you do as a new agent? Okay. Short answer, as many as you want. The long answer, it depends what your goal is, right? Depending who you're calling. Are you calling expires? Are you circle prospecting? Are you calling for sale by owners? The reason why I'm saying this, the goal, and Leo knows this, when you call, it's not to go through hundreds of calls, right? You don't want to make 500 calls and 0 contacts. You want to make sure you talk to people, right? You add people to your database, get their email and phone number. And if they don't want to do business right now, just stay in touch, right? That's the whole goal. Now, we know when we're calling new expires, most people don't answer the phone, okay? So the answer rate is going to be lower. Now, if you're circle prospecting and you're calling random people, we have what's called a just listed, just sold script. When you tell people that you just listed a home or you just sold a home, those people tend to answer more because they're not expecting the call. Okay, so you have anything to say about that?
Honestly, a good rule of thumb is the number of contacts, the number of transactions you want to do should be the number of contracts you try to hit in a day, right? If not a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, it's more complicated than that. And we're breaking down here on the team. We break down how many contacts you should get a day for the amount of transactions that you want to do in a year or in a month. Okay, but no, this person was asking how many calls they should make. So yeah, it goes based how many calls you should make in a day. It goes based on how many contacts you want to do in that day, which is going to lead you to how many transactions you want. So let's say you want to do 20 deals in 1 year, and it takes you 300 calls a day for a whole month to get 1 listing, right? Let's just say that, for example. So you know you have to hit those 300 calls so you can get, let's say, 30 contacts a day. So after the month, you have a listing.
Yeah.
And that comes with time, right? At the beginning, you won't know until you keep trying and trying and trying. So that's why it's very important for you guys to track your numbers, okay? I didn't track my numbers for maybe a whole year. So the easiest thing to go about it, just create a spreadsheet. At the end of the day, you can put how many calls you made, how many contacts you got, if you got any leads, and you can do that over and over and over and over. So after 30 days, you can see a pattern, right? And we have a tracking sheet here with Team BC that I shared with Leo and the other team members that shows the numbers for everyone. So we know what everyone is doing at every point. So that way, once we have a meeting, we can talk about numbers. Like, you know, if Leo has some questions and he wants to ask me, hey, you know, I'm having less contacts, people answer the phone less. Well, let's see, what are you doing, right? Are you making calls at different times? Are you calling a different list, meaning that instead of calling expires, you're calling circle prospecting, or instead of calling doing circle prospecting, you're calling for sale by owners. Like, it has a lot to do with it as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think as a good rule of thumb, at least when you're new, because for me, I at least want half of my day to be prospecting or be on the phone with calls or door knocking, right? just because right now I don't have any business. So other than calls, I have my hour for learning, my hour for role play, or well, I try to do an hour and a half, but just make sure that you're in there to practicing your scripts, and you at least put half your day to calls. I think is a good rule of thumb.
Yeah, that's right. So to give a quick summary of what we talked about right now, how do you get your license? You go online, register for a class, get your 3 certificates, and then you apply to get your license. Once you get a license, you have to join a broker, okay? Now, whether you decide to go solo or join a team, that's a conversation you may want to have. You may want to talk to a few people in your area, a few realtors, talk to a few teams to see what's best for you, okay? I know a lot of people don't like teams. A lot of people love teams, so that's personal. Now, after that, to get your first clients, what you have to do is reach out to the people that you know. So you grab your phone, text everyone, call everyone, or send them videos, okay? After that, for you to be able to keep getting more clients, you have to start prospecting, okay? Prospecting, you knock on people's doors, you call people, you do expires. There's different ways to go about it. While you're calling as a new agent, I recommend that you learn your scripts, because the scripts are going to tell you what you have to say and the right questions you have to ask. Okay? Now, different ways of getting clients, meaning prospecting, is going to be door knocking, cold calling. Those are the main two. Other people use paid advertising. We don't use that here, but maybe we'll use it in the future. But those are the main two. No, prospecting is free, guys. Cold calling is free. Door knocking is free. Okay. Now, the last question that I got here was how many hours of calls you should do as a new agent? As many as you want. If you want to do 8 hours of calls, that's up to you. If you can handle that, if you want to do 3, just to make sure when you're doing it, you're sharp and you know what to say. Okay. You got anything else, Leo?
No, I think you covered it.
Okay, cool. So that's all for today. Again, this is Adolfo, Realtor and team lead of Team BC here in Los Angeles. I have Leo here with me, a member of Team BC. If you have any real estate needs in Los Angeles or Orange County, please let me know, okay? And I'll see you next week.